Hello and welcome. Silrace here with Mechwarrior Online. It has been quite a while and there's a reason for that as well. I have not played the game since I made that I am on a break video and gave those reasons why I'm doing a break and all that stuff. And I still have the old content. I'll begin this video by saying that after this video has been made and it's being uploaded and all that stuff, I will delete all of my old video content. I will not be turning that into videos. I will rather be making videos of the games I'm actually currently playing instead of turning old content into, old footage into content on my channel. So there is that. I might eventually return to Mechwarrior Online provided the game changes enough that there is a reason for me to go back there, essentially. So let's talk about what's been happening with Mechwarrior Online, because I have been catching up a little bit, I have been reading, I have been checking out on stuff. I haven't played, I still keep tabs on games I don't play. That's just something I do. Anyway, firstly, big round of applause. I am very happy that you folks, the dear developers behind the making of this game, have actually been able to straight up acknowledge and admit that the quirk system was bad. It was not good for the game. I've been saying that since it was on the planning stages and being put in the game, and I am so glad that you have acknowledged this fact and are changing it away from these quirks. I am so very glad of that. And also there are rumors and whatnot, okay, it's not really a rumor anymore, but so forth, over a brand new player experience being built and whatnot. I don't really have details of that, of what all it will consist and how it will change the new player experience. However, I am happy that it's happening, but in my honest opinion, you are focusing on it way too late. This kind of new system for brand new players to try and get new players into the game and keep them in playing, keep them interested, should have been in here with the last influx of the last real big influx of new players, which came with Community Warfare. Something like this should have been in place then already, so you would have had time to tweak the new player system, that it is perfectly functioning for the Steam release. Now you are probably trying to get this in just before the Steam release, and that means it's gonna be buggy, it hasn't been fully tested, and it might have a whole lot of issues, and, you know, be rough around the edges for the Steam release. Glad that it will be in there for all those who get in here through Steam. I'm happy for those folks, but in the end, in my honest opinion, this is too late. The game has been over 2 years out of beta test now, and frankly, new player experience should have been the main thing, because most players, most people, when they go to a new game, they try out a new game, it's the first 15 minutes to half an hour which really decides whether they are sticking with the game or not. It is quite simply that way, typically. Anyway, I still appreciate the fact that you're doing that, and having looked over the way that we're going about balancing the mechs, especially the inner sphere stuff and probably the clan mech stuff, while there are some things I don't really agree with, for example, the infotech stuff, that it has the same balancing factor as firepower and everything else. I don't agree with that, because the information is kind of important, and being able to, you know what is there and where the enemies are, it is important, but the means you have for gathering that information in the game, because of the existence of ECM as it is in the game and so forth, I don't think the infotech should have same balancing factor as firepower and durability and all these things. Just the way I think of it, how I perceive it, but that's also because I play scout mechs most of the time. I play very light mechs and I have loved playing those, so information is always kind of something I just gathered because I ran around like crazy anyway. So my perception of it is, well, my own. obviously, because of that particular reason. But I do really appreciate you're finally moving on to changing the game, trying to balance all this stuff, and hopefully you get to balance, like really balance the clans against the inner sphere as well, because frankly, clan tech is supposed to be overpowered, but I just dislike this. I dislike this idea. I dislike this idea. However, I will completely and utterly say that there are some mechs which simply cannot be balanced to be on par with everything else. Urban mech, there is no way you can, in the current iteration of the game, because of the, well, frankly, the game system you have built here, which is, if you look at the maps, the game design of how the fights are happening, how many mechs are in the fights, so on, you cannot balance urban mech to be any way competitive against a low cost, for example. So there are some mechs which you will, frankly, you will have to like put on the wayside and realize that there is no way you can balance these to really be as competitive as some of their peers, but you can definitely try. And frankly, I would be happy if there is a reason to, in the future, to take mechs of lower tonnages, like other than, you know, as a filler mech to fill up tonnage for your, well, drop decks for community warfare, but for actual like play outside of community warfare, if there is a reason to take a commando over a Jenner or a Firestarter, or if there is a reason to take something else than a Timberwolf as a heavy mech, or a Hellbringer as the heavy mech, so on, I would love to see those reasons, and that is, in my honest opinion, going to be the key thing here. It's like, can I bring a 55-ton mech, and actually can that be replaced by a 50-ton mech? Can a 45-ton mech in the future do what a 55-ton mech is right now capable of doing? And that is the balancing thing I really want to see, because I don't expect a 45-ton mech to be able to do exactly everything a 55-ton mech can do, because there is a 10-ton difference. But I would expect there to be not that big of a difference, right? There can be on percentage, if I throw a percentage scale here, it's a 10-ton difference, so call it a 10% difference in, you know, projected firepower and whatnot. That would I would be completely okay with. But if it's still to the point where if you bring a 55-ton mech versus a 45-ton mech, there is like no way the 45-ton mech prevails, then that is kind of bad, right? Anyway, thank you very much for watching or listening and whatnot. I didn't really talk about the background footage there, just for your distraction. But overall, like I said, I am happy with the direction the game is going to right now. I see myself not at all playing the game for any time in the future until maybe everything of this is actually applied to the game, and then I will probably give the game a try again. But until then, I am not putting out any more Mechwarrior Online content, and I'm not playing the game. Thank you very much for watching.